Oh, okay. I mean, just when you first start trusting Sony again because they just released Spider-Man: No Way Home, this absolute masterpiece of a Spider-Man movie. Then we get this news, which is coming from Charles Murphy at Murphy's Multiverse, a super reliable source, saying that due to the success of Spider Man No Way Home, and specifically the positive reaction to Jamie Foxx's return as Electro, that Sony now wants to develop a spin off project starring Jamie Foxx as Electro. And yeah. When I first saw this news, I thought like, all right, that could be cool. Don't really need to do it, but that could be interesting. But then the more I thought about it, the less it made sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all because sure, Jamie Foxx was cool as Electro in this movie and I loved his new upgraded design, but it just doesn't make sense because what first of all, what are you going to do in an Electro movie, especially if you're using the same character? So you can't do an origin story. And then also considering the fact that after Spider-Man No Way Home, he was literally cured. So he's not even Electro anymore. He doesn't have his electric powers. So I mean, how would you even tell a story with that? Sure, they could do the whole thing of like, oh, he gets his powers back and he becomes a villain again, or they could just do what they did to Venom and they're going to be doing to Morbius and all these other Spider-Man villains and just turn him into like an anti-hero, which I don't think any of us want to see because again, it just doesn't make sense. I love Jamie Foxx and I love his version of Electro, but he had such a perfect ending there with his interaction with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home, about being like, oh, you're not a nobody and all that stuff. It was a really nice ending for the characters. You don't really need more of him. And specifically, you really can't do anything more with this character. And really, the only way that this would work is if it was a variant of the character, which I could see as a possibility. But even with that, I don't want to see that because with all these multiversal Spider-Man villain characters that were just reintroduced for Spider-Man No Way Home, I want to see those characters return, but as MCU versions farther down the line. Obviously, not anytime soon because Tom Holland's Peter Parker obviously would recognize them, and that's kind of a problem with that whole continuity. But I want to see MCU versions of Electro, like or MCU version of Electro, because I want all of these characters from one main universe, just like how it is in the comics. And it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, if they made it, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'll, do videos on it and everything. But I just don't think it's a good idea. I just don't see a reason to do this. And hey, if Sony, rightfully so, should be happy with their success with Spider-Man No Way Home and should be developing more projects based on this film, but Electro just isn't the one to do it. I mean, if you want to give us the projects we want after Spider-Man No Way Home, you want to give us some spin-offs, give us The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Give us maybe not Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4, but at least like some other movie in that universe with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Give us I don't even know what else, but there's other possibilities here other than Electro, because I just don't think this movie makes sense. But hey, we'll see what happens. Charles Murphy, when he was bringing us this news, just said that it was an idea that was being floated around Sony that they want to do this. It hasn't been a project officially greenlit yet, so we'll see if it actually ends up happening. But for now, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. What do you think about this news that Sony wants to make a solo movie spin-off from Spider-Man No Way Home starring Jamie Foxx as Electro? Do you think this is a good idea? And like, do you have any ideas of what they could actually do with an Electro movie post Spider-Man No Way Home? So anyways, guys, let me know all your own thoughts and theories in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.